Hello my friends, William Poloniak here from Whole Health Foundation. I'm here with my new friend Timothy, who drove down from Los Angeles for a demonstration. And I'm going to use French sorrel and a few other ingredients for a very small juice batch. Let me show you my other ingredients. Well, as I said, we're making a very small batch with French sorrel for our greens, 40 grams of turmeric, a small bit of ginger, 1 red beet, some zucchini, and a couple of cucumbers, and carrots of course. So let's start making some juice. Now the first thing I'm going to do is install the near zero blowback cutter that has over 80 teeth cut into the cutter. And I'm using the front loading feed tube that minimizes blowback almost 100%. First thing I'm going to do is plug in the thermometer and fit in 3 or 4 ice cubes to cool down the cutter and the feed tube. We're having hot and humid weather today, so this is going to help keep the juice cool. And I'm going to start with my greens with the French sorrel. More French sorrel. Next I'm going to put in my turmeric. Let's put in next the cucumber. Too large, I might have to cut that in half. Yes. So we'll cut the beet in half. And ginger. I'm going to check my wing nuts and then put in some zucchini. Here's the last of my greens. My temperature's up over 20 again, so I'm going to put in more ice cubes. One more cucumber. Switch to my carrots. And when you have small carrots, you can put them end to end so you can get more than one in there. And after my first couple of carrots, I'm going to clean my grid again. And continue. Now because I'm using a small batch of juice, I'm using the number 2 grid. If I had a large batch with a lot of greens, I would use the J grid for the greens. I'll put in a few more ice cubes before I continue with my carrots. And now to continue with carrots. Clean my grid one more time because it felt like that was working too hard. There we go. More carrots. This is going to be the last of my carrots. one thing I love about this front-loading feed tube is you can see in here if there's any unshred produce, and even if you can't see it, there's usually a little plug down here. So what I like to do, Timothy, is put a couple of fingers full of pulp in the tube and force that last plug through. Now, I'm going to show you one of the things I love about the Whole Health Foundation or the Norwalk juicer, and that is how easy it is to clean the feed tube. The only other thing you might want to do is pass the cleaning brush through the feed tube to loosen any pulp that might be on there, and that's as easy as it is. Alright, the next step is to mix the produce so you get a nice homogeneous mix. And I found that going in both directions in the bowl makes for a really good mix. Now on the last cloth, advance that all the way. Here's my 6-cloth less work method. This goes forward, this goes over, the spent cloths go on top. 2 more cloths into the press, centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back it off a little bit, and we'll continue. Now my friends, as you can see, I have 3 double packets of repackaged pulp. This is pulp that most people would throw away. And I'm going to use a measuring beaker to demonstrate how you can, with the Whole Health Foundation Premium Juicer with the solid bottom plate, how you can get 10% or more juice from your already spent pulp. And this last pressing has the most valuable nutrients. So there we have our first set of 2 packets, centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back. And as soon as I get juice flow, I'm going to back that off because I don't want this to go up too fast. Alright, once it starts flowing, we'll advance a little more, and then all the way. Well, there's 3 ounces of juice. And let's put in our last cloth. All the way back it off a little bit. And so far we've got 8 ounces of juice. Oh my goodness, that's about, what do you got, 64, 65 ounces here. We got about 15% more juice so far. Well, there's 10 ounces. I think that's pretty significant. Okay, let's put this into bottles. One of your last steps in cold water is to wash and scrub off any pulp in the cloths. And we're going to fold them and then press the water out and put them in the freezer so that germs won't grow. Wash them in cold water, scrub off any pulp. And next we'll put them into the juicer and press the water out. Never put the cloths in the freezer without pressing the water out. If you do, you'll never get them apart. Okay, there we go. Into the plastic bag and into the freezer they'll go. I'm filling these from the back side just so the camera gets a good view. And what I do is I leave 10% for filtered water. I use distilled water. Some people like pure juice. I don't. I think a little water in your juice, especially for a diabetic and especially for children, I would think, would be to add a little bit of water. Now, as I said, what I usually do is add about 10% water. So from this small batch we got 5 bottles of juice and enough for a taste test for Timothy and I. Well, my friends, Timothy and I are going to do a taste test and let you know what we think of this juice. Oh, it tastes very sweet, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's very sweet.
What do you taste?
Sweet, sour.
You can taste the French sorrel, definitely, and the carrots. Well, my friends, I hope you like what you see. If you do, please tell a friend. If you'd like to call me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My email address is developtrust@cox.net, and my webpage is wholehealthfarm.com. See you in the next video.